On Christmas Eve in 1997, I worked for a record company in Alabama. I was on the old 78 highway in the worst snowstorm I'd ever been in, to where two young ladies had run off the road into the left side of the median that divided the highway. I was on the ground attempting to hook up change to the vehicle so I could wrench it from the downward slope when I hear a loud boom, then see a car skidding down the opposite side of the highway. Already nervous about the weather, I run up the slope to check it out and see a small red Nissan with its headlights still on and a tire on the front left blown out. Running towards me was a man wearing a Santa's outfit, asking, "Can you help me?" Not surprised to see the sight of someone playing Santa this time of the year, I stated I could after I get the other vehicle on the flatbed of my wrecker. The danger of 18-wheelers coming down a highway was bad for us all, especially in the snow. I turned from the Santa guy to get back to hooking up the vehicle, and for some reason I turned back to reaffirm that I would help him as soon as I was finished. It couldn't have been more than 30 seconds, but when I looked, he was not there, nor was the Nissan. I was so startled, for at the time, no other vehicles were coming down the road. I did not see any taillights, and there was not an exit for miles. I'm thinking, what is going on here? He had a shredded tire. No way was he driving anywhere. I walked to the cab of the truck and asked the ladies if they had seen that other car stop. They replied yes, but said they didn't see it drive off. I checked with the police and other record companies, but there had been no report of it. Still can't figure that one out. My name is Celeste, and I had an encounter with a Christmas spirit that saved mine and my husband's life. This was years ago when we were much younger and living on a houseboat at the time. We were docked, and like many of the boats, had strung up Christmas lights for the holiday. It looked real pretty with the different colored lights reflecting off the water's surface. Early one morning while sleeping, we heard the boat engine being cranked. Both of us awoke and looked over from our bed to see a man dressed as Santa standing at the wheel looking frantically over his shoulder as he tried to crank the engine. It took a moment for us to react, not something you see every day. Thinking he was trying to steal the boat with us on it, my husband jumped up and yelled. When he did, the man vanished into thin air. Neither one of us saw him run away. He just wasn't there anymore. Only then did we realize the cabin was filling with smoke, and there was a blazing fire in the back of the boat by our full 50-gallon fuel tank. We quickly got off and called the fire department, who told us that if we had not wakened when we did, we would have died within a minute or two in our sleep from the smoke. We both joke it was our Christmas present from Santa, as unbelievable as that sounds. I used to live in England and was driving to a friend's house for the first time. It was a beautiful December day, and I was admiring the snow in the fields on both sides of the road. Suddenly, everything turned dark, and I could barely see a few feet in front of me. Then a hailstorm started. The ice balls were huge, bigger than golf balls. Because I had never seen a hailstorm before that day, I did not know what was happening. I worried that my sunroof would burst. My toddler was in a car with me, so I decided to pull over to avoid getting hit by another car due to the darkness. There were no trees to really protect me from the onslaught of hail. The car was shaking. I was scared and started to cry and pray. Then suddenly, I see a large sleigh, all decked out for Christmas, beside me. All I could make out through the darkness was a person sitting in it wearing something red. A hand with a white glove made a follow me gesture. I thought it was possibly someone local, so I followed the sleigh with no concerns as it turned numerous times through small roads. The speed was steady, and I remember thinking the horses pulling it were making good time. The storm let up when the sleigh stopped, and I was wondering why. Then I looked to my right and saw my friend outside holding one of those 90s cordless phones, apparently looking for me. I asked her if she knew the person in the sleigh, and she said, "What sleigh?" I turned to look, but it was gone. My friend checked with neighbors, but no one ever recalled anyone local owning a sleigh decorated for Christmas.